Jackson on first down. And to the tight end here, Safarian Jenkins. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping.
Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Makes it 3rd and 2. Kill, kill, kill. Kill, kill. Bang, 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 bang.
From the gun, it's Jackson. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Fletcher Cox, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Partner, we had the game last week where they had 6 sacks, so a little bit more momentum here again in the first quarter.
And last week it appeared that they were coming out of sprinters blocks, chasing the quarterback. So how do they continue that? How do they keep making it happen? Different looks, different disguises, different angles.
Now Trubisky lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 43. No running room for Zeke on 1st down as he'll maybe get a yard out of that. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. On 2nd and 9, Jackson. Left side complete, Safarian Jenkins. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Got a man, it's Ross, complete. First connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a 1st down.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
They'll run with Elliott. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy 1st down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. He's going to look end zone here for Cooper. That is caught. It's Cooper for the Cowboy touchdown. Amari Cooper, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point right down the middle, and it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards, as he'll get this only back to the 20.
Let's go.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically, what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
From the 27, Trubisky. That's complete to the Memphis man, Anthony Miller. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create
Now Trubisky lost the football. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. They run. This is Cohen. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. Here's Trubisky to throw. Flush to his right. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. And he'll only get this to about the 35, well short of the line to gain. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10.
Check. 45.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Open man is Ross, complete. A big play there on the catch and run. 74 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
Check 13. Move.
Now Elliott. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a loss of 1. Brings up 2nd and goal at the Bears' 5-yard line.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Cowboys 7, Bears 0.
They come out here in the eye. Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal.
Kill. 45, Mike. 45.
They'll try again with Elliott. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Here's Elliott. Shifts by him. And he's not going to get anywhere close to the marker as they'll stop him well short of the yellow line. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
This situation in the 4th quarter, you go for it. But here, take the points.
If you go for it here and don't get it, you and I are missing our plane, and we're going to the post-game press conference to hear him justify it. Because the next thing we'll see is the owner walking in announcing a firing. There is no way he goes for it here. Get the field goal. It's the first half of the game. You've got time to make it up.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the 1st. Now Trubisky on 1st down. It's complete to Robinson.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
They'll run on 2nd down with Cohen, and he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
Looking to throw, Trubisky on 1st down. Gets this to his running back, Tariq Cohen. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Trubisky, nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
3rd down. 3rd and long.
After that sack we just saw, Trubisky and the Bears deal with a 3rd and long.
Check 50.
On 3rd down, Trubisky. And Robinson with a big catch. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. So even with the pass interference, it's a completed pass. They'll go ahead and just take the play instead.
How about the effort? Making the catch despite the pass interference. Nothing else to be gained on the play. No need to take the penalty. The play stands.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. 1st down, a run with Cohen. He'll get the 1st down and more inside the 20. And finally wrestled down at the 11. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down.
This has been a good drive so far, and it's been the running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a 1st down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
Watch the run. 18. Go.
On 1st down, Trubisky. He'll leave it for Montgomery complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. On second down, Montgomery. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
9th play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. David Montgomery, his 4th touchdown on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point up and good by Crosby, and that will get him one closer. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Oh, did the Bears get it? They did. Chicago football. Great job by the kick team there to get the football, but also don't forget about the man that started it, the lonesome kicker himself.
I love that you brought him into it, because he doesn't get nearly the attention he deserves. Oftentimes it's only when it's negative. In this case, he created a positive play for his team.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
On first down, Cohen. They find some open field here. Touchdown, Chicago. Tariq Cohen, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bears have taken the lead. Crosby connects on the extra point, and the lead is now 14-10. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Give them a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
That's good for Cowboys. First down. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Mike, 45. I'm coming. Let's go. Come on. You got tight. You got tight right there. Slam, slam, slam.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
On 2nd down, Elliott. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Going into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. Thought he had the pick. Flag comes in for PI, so cancel it out.
Interference. Oh, a killer for them. Thought they had a nice play. Instead, they'll be marching off yardage against them.
Now Trubisky to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands. Guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you go make a play on the football.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down for the Bears.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Now Trubisky to Cohen out of the backfield. The ball comes out, and it's picked up by the Cowboys. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Set, ready. 18 Gator. Tighten up. Pull it together. 45.
Jackson from the shotgun. This will be caught. Tyrell Williams. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
It's a gain of 7. Makes it 3rd and 4.
Here we go. Set. Go to base. 45 to Mike. And watch the leg. 45. Boom. 45. Nice. Get up.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. And that's Elliott, complete. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first.
Ezekiel Elliott. A gain of only a yard. It's 4th down.
So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports Halftime Report. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show him one thing, hit him with something else.
And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 18 yards on that one, and Chicago has the first. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
54.
From midfield now, here's Trubisky. This is Miller, complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down. They'll run on first down. It's Cohen, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
On 2nd and 11 now. Trubisky, pass incomplete. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, it didn't look his way at all in the first half, and I'll bet you the offensive coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he could be a big-time playmaker for us.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the gun, it's Trubisky. Finding Gabriel, complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be second and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
Back to the ground, this time Montgomery. And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive. Because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Well, they've been so good on third down all day long. Can they convert another here on third and goal? They'll run forward, Tariq Cohen. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. Tariq Cohen with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year as the Bears push further out in front. Crosby with the extra point, and that makes it a 21-10 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. They need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger. But no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing. And try and get back to where you were to start the half.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Jackson. He's got a man complete. It's Amari Cooper. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Now it's Jackson. Got a man. It's complete. Williams. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 44-yard line. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. A first down carry by Elliott. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Who that? Tight end's Ringo. Tight end's on the Ringo. 3 down. 45's the Mike. 45's the Mike. Oh, you got deep? 45, Mike, 45. He's tired of me. That's.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. That's sacked by Khalil Mack.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Rip left. Hey, check Mike 45. Check Mike 45. Double dog. That's the way. 45's the Mike. Don't get nervous. 45's the Mike. 45's the Mike. Pick up, go.
And now with a play clock winding down, a whistle and possibly a false start. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now, 3rd and long.
Check 99. Go.
From the gun, Jackson. He's airing it out for Williams. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Well, we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And it'll be 1st and 10 Bears from deep in their own territory. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. Trubisky gives to Cohen. And he works free. He's at the 50. And all the way down to the 40-yard line. A huge play there for Chicago. And even 50 yards on the ground. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for first. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain followed by a sizable loss here.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Trubisky will throw. And this is Gabriel on the catch.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
3rd and 2. Now Trubisky. And he's going to lose yardage here. As they will switch ends as time is run out on this 3rd quarter of play. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he's on to punt for Chicago. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
And just a quick hitch route there, complete to his tight end. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
And not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the 4th. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Running with Elliott. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. From the gun, it's Jackson. That one complete to Elliott. It's a gain of 5, and that'll make it a second down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game. Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. He rifles one that's intercepted. It's the linebacker, Michael Kendricks.
Well, you're trailing. It's the fourth quarter, and you've got to throw the football. But the defense knows this, too. So they're just going to sit back, bring in an extra defensive back or two, the old nickel or dime strategy, Brandon, and wait for you to put that bad boy up for grabs. And this one winds up being intercepted.
Stepping up. Now Trubisky lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the fourth. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. To throw is Jackson. To throw again. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Elliott. And this is picked up by the Bears. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
18.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Trubisky. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets them up 1st and goal. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Out of the gun, Trubisky. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Fletcher Cox has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
To try again after the sack. Trubisky escaping the pressure right. And he's going to go down again. Patrick Owasor. He's the one that drops him this go-around. And that pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks. They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. From the shotgun is Trubisky. That's complete to Robinson. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. A big play, but still not enough. Leads to a 4th and goal.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent game. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, of that marker. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt. Obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Leonard Floyd, the old Georgia Bulldog, finding his way into the backfield. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Now Jackson. And a little floater there, but it'll wind up incomplete, falling to the ground. He was trying to get it to Ezekiel Elliott, and it's 3rd down. I want to go back to something you said in the first quarter about winning.
Is it a positive?
It is a positive.
Okay.
About winning the turnover battle. As a visiting team, as an underdog, you were right. They've done just that, and look where it's gotten them.
It's part of the formula. When you go on the road, as you mentioned, being an underdog, winning the turnover battle is a big key, and this one's playing out in this one.
They give them 27 yards on the 3rd down conversion.
1st and 10.
56. Mike, 56. Right there. 56. Watch the slant. 56 to Mike. 56.
Now Jackson. From the gun, he'll throw. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. Give them 15 there, and the Cowboys have a first. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now a throw for the left sideline, and he's got it. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And to the tight end here, Safarian Jenkins. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down. They'll throw on 1st down to Jackson. Got a man open. It's Ross. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. A gain of 6 there on 1st. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now Elliott. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. Here's Elliott. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Austin Safarian Jenkins, his 1st touchdown on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. Point after, right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away.
The Bears take over 1st and 10. Let's go! Let's go!
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a 1st down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
At the 26-yard line.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Hey, Haywood!
Now it's Trubisky. And an alley to run. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave them with a 3rd down. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. They'll try to run for it with Cohen, and he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. O'Donnell, he's on to punt as he gets this one away. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. It takes a touchdown-saving tackle to bring him down as he goes 32 yards on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the 2nd quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
He's back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. Well, you can see what they were trying to do, just send those guys out there to make a play, but that is a costly interception.
Yeah, that's kind of like the backyard. Everybody go deep, and let's see if we can find someone. 4 verticals in the route. Any other time of the game, I love the call. But here, you're not going to hold safeties, you're not going to hold corners with any looks because they know what the situation is, ends up throwing the interception.
Second and 11 at the 37-yard line.
Put up, 180. They can't hang with us. Yep.
And Trubisky down to a knee, and that is all she wrote.
It's a loss of a yard, and it's 3rd down.
So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears. And I tell you, this was a fun one. Just a close game. Nothing comes easy in this league, as you know. They had to work for that victory.
I've got to go back to what you just said. Nothing comes easy in this league. How many times have we talked to coaches prior to a game and assessed, the strengths, the weaknesses, the whole deal? Even in games when one coach was a decided favorite, what do they always say to us? But you do know this is really a 7-point league. 7 points either way usually decides a ball game. We had exactly that in this one.
And not only that, but this is a gutsy road victory, one they can hang their hat on. So for the Bears, that early momentum continues here as they move to 4-0. And they'll have another road date next week with the Detroit Lions. Meanwhile, for Dallas, it was a good first month, but they'll fall to 4-1 as they suffer their first loss. And perhaps fortunately for them, they'll get an early bye next week and come back to action in Week 7. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.